It has been an extraordinary day of news today, so let's bring in our team here in the studio to help provide some context. Major Garrett, our CBS News chief Washington correspondent, and Margaret Brennan, CBS News chief foreign affairs correspondent. Margaret, let's talk about this other big international news today. President Biden announcing from the White House this roadmap, in his words. You follow this so closely. How significant is this?
Norah, it's significant because a lot of what's in here Hamas had previously asked for. So when President Biden says that Israel has blessed this 4-page proposal, that's significant. And President Biden's handing an opportunity to the politically embattled Israeli prime minister, who's under pressure from the far right of his party, who want to keep the war going and to militarily occupy Gaza, and from those on the left who have been protesting in the streets for 8 months, pressing for a diplomatic deal, not war, in order to bring the hostages home. So this offer, though, would require a concession, recognition of a future Palestinian state, something Benjamin Netanyahu does not support. But in exchange, he'd get this promise of a historic peace deal with Saudi Arabia and for Israelis to potentially get to move back to their homes on that border with Lebanon. And so far, Hamas is saying it views this positively.
And the president saying today that this new proposal has been communicated by the Qataris to Hamas. How much pressure does it put on Hamas?
Well, Secretary Blinken's trying to build that pressure because he's been working the phones while he's flying back from Europe, calling all sorts of countries with any kind of influence, including Turkey.
So many people want this conflict to end. Major Garrett, before the president outlined this new initiative, he talked about the Donald Trump trial, and he has been reluctant to talk about Donald Trump's legal troubles. That changed today. Why?
Norah, last night and this morning, there were a lot of conversations in Democratic circles. Should the president really draw a line here and say the president, meaning former President Trump's now a convict, make that a very clarifying part of the campaign? The president decided not to do this. He rooted this in this state procedures. State due process was followed. Appeals can go forward. And this was done by a jury. Not by him, not by his administration, drawing a clear line. Now, critics of the president will note that this president offered no misgivings about state prosecutors cobbling together a unique array of misdemeanors and felonies to go after a former president. Institutionally, they might wonder if future presidents, Biden, Trump, or any others, might regret that. But the point is, this is kind of a shock to the campaign. It resets it a little bit. The peace deal that he put on the table today and the embrace of the legal procedure sort of gives Biden this idea of peace and law. What did the former president talk about today? Immigration and grievance. That's kind of the campaign reset that emerges after this historic verdict yesterday.
Joe Biden saying today no one is above the law, and the justice system is the cornerstone of American democracy.